The City of Johannesburg is in the process of taking over the supply of electricity to Soweto as well as other Johannesburg areas from Eskom. Now, this move is expected to bring relief for Soweto residents who have been experiencing constant power cuts as the power utility tries to compel them to pay. Now, Soweto residents owe Eskom around 7.5 billion rand in unpaid electricity debt. But for more on this, we're now joined by the Johannesburg Mayor, Mr. Mpho Moerane. And thank you so much for your time, Mayor, and good morning to you. Let's talk about this move and transition from Eskom to the City of Johannesburg in terms of, taking over the power supply within Soweto. What does this move actually entail?
Good morning, Tumelo, and good morning to the viewers of eNCA. Yes, you are correct. We are in negotiations with Eskom to take over the supply of electricity in Soweto, Orange Farm, Diepsloot, Ivory Park, Finetown, and Sandton areas. The discussions started last year by Minister Pravin Gordhan, the Eskom CEO, the late Executive Mayor, Councillor Jeffrey Makubo, myself, and some of our councillors like Councillor Mpho, who've been in the city for quite some time. The problem started when our councillors were being attacked in Soweto because of lack of service delivery by Eskom. Transformers were burning, mini-subs were burning, and residents now turned violent and attacked our councillors. We then had that meeting, and the main purpose was to ask Eskom to come on board and give the services that are required to the people of Soweto.
Yeah.
And it doesn't only happen in Soweto, it also happens in Orange Farm. But Eskom went back, came back to us after a month or two and said the matter was referred to the board of taking over as one of the issues we have raised in the meeting. And the board of Eskom approved the transfer of those areas into the City of Johannesburg, which will be supplied through City Power.
Right.
We've been in negotiations drafting a memorandum of understanding on how we will transit this process, because it's quite complex. You're moving assets worth 4 billion, you're moving people, so it is quite complex.
Yeah. I need to jump in there, if I may, Mpho. I just jump in there, Mayor, because of time, because I need to ask you this. It seemingly comes across as if Eskom is battling to grapple with the debt and power supply in Soweto, and I suppose this is part of the reason why you're taking over as the City of Johannesburg. So what will you then be doing differently for Soweto residents?
Well, we understand our people. We understand their needs. We supply water. We collect refuse. We deal with road infrastructure. We fix street lights in Soweto. So we understand that. You have to understand that people of Soweto are not the same. There are people who can afford to pay their electricity, and there are people who can not afford to pay their electricity. So we will be introducing energy mix. We've realized that the people don't mind using gas, so we want to provide gas. We have one of our partners, Equally Gas, and others, companies that are coming forward to say, we will assist you to introduce energy mix in Soweto. We have people, private sector, that are coming and saying to us, we will help you roll out solar panels so that people don't depend on the grid. But as a city, we have a plan, and we will be going out on RFI to invite power producers. We will be going out to invite people to bid for waste to energy. Currently, we have 2 plants that are giving us 5 megawatts, which we sell back to Eskom. But we will be going out on our Robinson Deep, one of our biggest landfill, to convert it to waste to energy, which will produce 50 megawatts. So we are on track to have to get more supply from other sources. Yeah. We will be signing a power purchase agreement with Kelvin Power Station to increase capacity from 80 megawatts to 280 megawatts, so that we can make sure that we have a reliable capacity of supply. But basically, what we want to do in Soweto, we want to introduce energy mix in
Right.
all our townships.
For those who live in Alexandra right now and hear you, Mayor, speak about how you understand the needs of the people, would they agree with you? Because from judging from reports and what we've seen in Alexandra, City Power has been struggling, we know, with illegal connections. At times, some of your officials had been threatened. Thus, you could not conduct your work there because you felt it was, unsafe to do so. I know the residents of Alexandra are also threatening not to vote due to these illegal connections that are being, of course, removed by City Power. Should Soweto have confidence in City Power, just based alone on your experiences with Alexandra, for example?
My experience with Alexandra, Tumelo, is an issue of lack of housing. We have people that have hijacked buildings that were supposed to house other people. Those people are the ones that have done illegal connections because the houses were incomplete. So people of Alexandra don't have a problem. If you go inside Alex, there isn't much of a problem because we have provided electricity to all the households. The only challenge that we have are those that have hijacked buildings that have illegally connected on our grid because of they did not get these houses in the right way, and provision for electricity was not yet done. So we will deal with that. We will engage with them. But housing is coming on board. I have been in negotiations with MEC Maile to make sure that we rectify the problem in Soweto.
Okay.
Automatically, it will deal with these illegal connections.
All right. We'll have to leave it there, but I appreciate you speaking to us this morning. Thank you so much to Johannesburg Mayor, Mr. Mpho Moerane.